Hi, hello, hi, and welcome to the All Night Gamers podcast, episode 103. Somehow that lines up to 2 years. I promise our math is right there. But, yeah, 2 years. And it feels kind of deflated because we just celebrated 100 episodes like 2 weeks ago. But, we're here. We're balling.
Obviously, we'll figure it out for you know
Yeah?
next year. I don't know.
No.
It's weird that it's like,
No, the
oh, we
math is
celebrate
See,
50
what's so hard.
interv-
no, the math's permanently off now. Because if the 2-year anniversary is on an odd number, that means that from now on, it's
No,
gonna be
We'll
on
go
an
we'll
back to
odd
an even. No,
number.
so
we'll probably, if E3 or anything happens, trust me, we'll get ahead on episode count.
um,
That's true.
it's really hard for me to figure it out because, like, as an engineer, like a programmer, I think in zero index so much. So like 103 is 2 years if you started at zero.
Ah, good point.
That's true.
But we didn't.
Also,
So what are we gonna count the trailer?
Well,
my horrible trailer that we
yes?
probably should redo.
why did we start at No, why do we
We
celebrate
started
in intervals of 50 and then
I don't
years
know. I
52?
asked that. I was like, why did we put so much effort into 100 episodes and then we have 2 years like right after? Shouldn't we just save the big one for 2 years?
That's
It's fine.
always gonna happen because they're like, oh, you celebrate at 50 or 150, and it's like, yeah, but a year is two
We
more
have
after that or whatever.
and obviously we're gonna at least do something for it because what else would we do? Like, oh, we hit 1 year. We'll celebrate 5 years in 4 years, guys.
Yay!
It's all part of the plan.
Obviously, we need to like cut back on 3 episodes, and they'll be like,
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, happy second anniversary, Jens. Remember like we did this because we couldn't leave our house? I probably
Yeah.
made that comment a lot of times now. That's probably getting old.
and now we do it because it's one of the ways we can see each other.
Yeah, it's kind of
That's
morphed.
true.
Now we have a toxic relationship with this podcast.
Bro. Like a toxic ex.
Yeah, but
No.
but without all the never mind.
Without all the
We're
That's not what this podcast is about.
excuse me. Okay, let's get in here. So we got a lot of juice to start off this episode. Even one that I saw like literally an hour before we started recording. So this is going to be a fun opening. First off, so Xbox is accusing Sony of paying Game Pass block fees to developers, and basically what that means is Sony will pay a developer extra money in order to prevent them from being able to go to Game Pass. Like they'll sign a contract, say like we pay you this much extra money, and you can't ever be on Game Pass, which is crazy. Do you think like is this just like Sony being like playing the business game, or do you think they might be trying to put more games on their service that they started?
Huh. It's a great question.
Business at the very least.
Yeah.
Especially since, eventually Microsoft's going to make it, probably try to move it to exclusivity deals on, oh, it's just on Game Pass.
I love how they switched from like, yeah, bro, we'll put MLB The Show on there. That's cool. That's like one of our biggest PlayStation Studio games. Screw it. And now they're like, nobody
Wait, no.
can ever.
No one's buying our no one's buying our service anymore. What's going on, guys?
I mean, I've said it before. They're the highest one with the one that lets you play all the old games is too much.
Yeah, for what you get.
Yeah. $150 is just Or not 50, 120. Sorry, I was still thinking of the podcast numbers.
Because Xbox has, quote, an essential game, a blockbuster, a AAA game that has no rival. I think what they're describing if they have stuff like that on their service, the acquisition may persuade users to switch platforms. Oh, this is also in regards to like them buying Activision and Blizzard and stuff.
Right. Yeah, that's the big thing. Sony pays for certain things, and Microsoft just buys them.
Yeah, and Microsoft their opinion seems to be Sony's concern over a potential exclusivity of Activision's content is incoherent, to say the least, considering that exclusivity strategies have been at the core of Sony's strategy to strengthen its presence in the games industry, and that Sony is a leader in the distribution of digital games. It only shows once again a fear about an innovative business model that provides high quality content to gamers at low costs, threatening a leadership that has been forged from a device-centric and exclusivity-focused strategy over the years. So, Xbox is all games on a service is good, and Sony is like, as long as it's on PlayStation.
Right. That's
Melodrama. Well, what would it be? What would the games industry be without some beef between Xbox and Sony? Got to keep that hatred up.
I mean, it was looking better, so the fact that we're heading back towards. All right.
And this next headline ties right into this. Microsoft says that Xbox is unlikely to compete successfully with PlayStation this gen, as Sony's market position is too strong in court docs, as it revealed the PS4 sold more than twice as many consoles as the Xbox One. Repeat that. Microsoft says that Xbox is unlikely to compete successfully this gen.
Maybe if they could finish their games, they could actually compete.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't know, it keeps seeming like they're trying to beat Sony without just being, like, without fighting fire with fire. Like, they're trying to beat Sony in all these other ways. Besides just, here's a bunch of exclusive that are really good.
I mean, that's fair. But they also are more the bigger company. Dev teams than Sony at this point. So
yeah, so they could do it. They could fight fire with fire, but they're just like, nah, bro, this Game Pass thing is all in. Which, you know, it's the best service there is for this kind of thing. So I can't blame them for them wanting to keep pushing that.
My favorite though, and I miss E3. It's the fact that they show up to things like E3 though, with the same list of games they did the year before.
Yeah, Microsoft presentations are always a snooze fest.
When's it coming out? We don't know. But aren't you happy to see this?
What's it coming out on? Everything. So why are you showing it? Because you can play it on Xbox. I sure could.
Did we say everything? We also meant Stadia.
Yeah. Apparently, I heard something that like Stadia is trying to
come back.
No. That's a good one. No. That they're like going to offer up on their website like multiple ways to stream games, like including just like links to Xbox Cloud Gaming and stuff.
Oh.
So I don't know what they're doing.
Just wait for it. It will soon go onto that website of things Google killed, and it's just like a long list of graves.
Gonna send Stadia out to the pasture along with the Google Glass and whatnot.
Just waiting at this point.
So Stadia was the second best console under the Wii.
What? No.
Sure, Cooper. Yeah, it was. It sure was, wasn't it?
Thank
For the
you,
3 months that it existed.
Yeah,
it sure was. Yeah,
it was incredible. I wanted to stream all my games.
Okay, so don't think that we didn't have any drama about Nintendo either here. This is the really spicy stuff. The first one's not. Nintendo president says Nintendo Switch price isn't going up despite higher costs. Well, yeah. Do you imagine how many people would be upset if everything just got more expensive all of a sudden? So now the Switch regular is going to cost what the Switch OLED costs. The Switch OLED's going to cost $400.
And the Switch Pro is
Or
going to cost $500.
yeah. Now we're competing with the
Yay.
That
PlayStation
sounds
5.
no, that sounds closer to Steam Deck.
Yeah, that is 500 for Steam Deck.
That's for like the lower model. No, the lower model's only like 350, I think, but they go up to like
It's some-
$650 or something.
Yeah,
depending
if
on
you
what you
actually
get.
want to do what you want, you gotta buy them like most expensive model,
Yeah.
and you still don't have a dock at that point. So you
Nope. But you do get anti-etch glass and a carrying case.
woo.
Ooh.
And also, Nintendo America's contract game tester company has been reported to have a culture of sexism and harassment. It's Activision Blizzard round 2. Let's go.
Yeah.
So, I read through this article's from Kotaku. It just came out today. If you want to know full details, you should definitely go read it. But I tried to read through the thing because it's not about directly Nintendo America. It's a company that
Aerotech.
they contract them for game testing, which for Nintendo America is very common. They said like I think they said like 25% of the roles that Nintendo America headquarters advertised were contract roles.
Yeah,
Which
I've seen that.
they both are and aren't fully responsible for everything involved in a contract employee. That can get kind of a gray area depending on what you're trying to do. And I couldn't really find too much detail in here about
No,
the
I also
relationship.
read the article, and it's like kind of confusing, like how they wrote it, and it's missing. It like buries the lead, kind of. It's like honestly not that well written of an
Yeah, so I think
article.
they contract like through the company, but the employees still work at Nintendo America. Like at the facility, like the Nintendo America facility.
They, I mean, I follow Nintendo's job Twitter because when I was looking for a job in college, I was like, it would be cool to work Nintendo. A lot of their stuff is contract,
Yeah.
although they're not the only ones. Disney also does a lot of contract work.
Oh, I mean, a ton of
Like,
companies do contract work. Like the
like
contract thing isn't the
Yeah.
weird
it
part. I was trying to
fully,
figure out
it's
like what the relationship was between the companies.
how it works. Yeah, because I know with Disney, they're directly in it.
Yeah. But like
But
when
it's not like
I was a project manager, like we had contractors that worked on site in terms of like they had to do the install there for whatever we were building, but like they didn't have a facility there. A couple of like the normal reps might have an office or something, but like most of their facilities were off site and they just kind of worked. They came here to do the work for the contract. So, but this seems like a
it.
different kind of case.
It kind of sounds like they're there. You know, like
Yeah, so
in
they are. I'm pretty sure
the
it's in the
mix.
facility because they mention a lot of interactions with what's called red badges, which are like actual Nintendo employees full time, because their badge has a bright red stripe on it. Um,
I don't like
yeah. So
that. That feels like a very weird way to keep track of who is and is not um an actual employee. I feel like it should be like a full red badge for an employee, and then literally any other color for not for the contract.
I guess I don't know, but anyway, so there's quotes going around like product testing felt like a frat house a lot of the time. Um,
Well, you are in software, so that does not surprise me.
it's pretty much kind of just a uh let's call it slightly toned down Activision Blizzard. I don't think they were doing like the cube crawls or whatever. At least
But
that's been
it wasn't
reported.
much better.
Yeah. But this also kind of ties into like it seems like there's like some inequality between genders of employment.
Oh, like wage gap or
Yeah, there's discussion about
Ooh.
wage gap. Um, so let's see. Yeah, one of the people that reported to Kotaku was saying that equivalent men in her department with like same job type, role, experience, etc., were just
Hmm.
being paid more. And even after
Interesting.
fighting to get a raise, they still wouldn't match that money. Um,
I feel like that's like a standard complaint, especially for our field. And you really got to feel for the women of software.
yeah, that's definitely rough. Apparently, Aerotech has had multiple labor lawsuits filed against it in the past. Um, Just last year, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission forced the company to pay over $3 million to settle an anti discrimination lawsuit in regards to age, sex, and race. So, uh, they also are trying to they split and do a couple different brands to try to do some union busting. Um, let's see. I'm trying to find some examples of like the actual stuff that was going on. There was a male full-time employee that was constantly making gross jokes and comments, but he was the friend of everybody there. Everybody loved him. Me and the other female employees didn't like that it was being said, but we didn't
Ooh.
say anything because if you did, you were called overly sensitive.
Hmm.
Um,
Yikes.
they would make jokes about gender stereotypes and female characters who got their skirts flipped in games. Listen to okay, this one's bad. So one of these people was a lesbian and was open about it, like she doesn't really care if people know or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, and one time she said she recalled her backup coordinator, a significantly older man who tried to hit on her when she had just started working at the company. When she revealed her sexuality, he said, "Oh, you're a lesbian. That's kind of sad."
What?
Bro, that
Excuse
is
me?
oh my god.
It's kind of sad.
Kind of sad.
A lot of the
What?
NOA red badges had reputations for using the tester pool of associates as a dating pool.
Hmm.
If
That
you were approached by a red badge and they appeared to be making moves on you, you didn't want to dissuade them too hard. Interesting. Um,
w-
the most
this is
iconic one was the
weird.
company Christmas party, which is off limits to contractors unless they're accompanied by a red badge. So a lot of people, a lot of these contractors would accept offers to go to the Christmas party as like a thing, just so they could go and improve their standing and like
Mhm.
because like there is a lot to say about like going to company events
Oh
and
yeah,
being there.
absolutely.
Just looks good to you as a worker. So, but yeah, so stuff like that is confusing me because like okay, so Nintendo employees are harassing these contractors, but I thought it was the contractor company. I don't really know. It's really messy. I'm
It
sure a lot more details will come out of this in the coming weeks.
sounds very, very messy.
No doubt.
Apparently, a senior tester stalked somebody between for like almost a year. He made calls and text messages to her phone that one witness felt were disturbing. Um, he said verbatim that he would get me fired if I reported it.
Yikes.
Yeah, dude, this is ugly.
Mr. Bowser, do something about this.
Yeah, I wonder if Nintendo's gonna put out a statement or anything.
I mean, this isn't even the first branch to have like news about all this stuff. Because Nintendo Russia had very similar stuff come out not too long ago. Or was it? I've kind of lost track of time since moving to Orlando, so that might be further back than I think it is.
Well, Nintendo Russia now seems to have a lot more problems than just that. Not to discredit that as a problem, but I can't imagine that Nintendo Russia's doing too hot.
True.
Not so true.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I can. I don't want to read too much of this because it kind of gets a little rough. But if you want to know more details, it's by Kotaku. It's all over the place. It just came out today, so go have a read. It's very detailed. Anyway, okay, so off of the depressing stuff, off of the juicy stuff, Splatoon 3 Direct. This is what matters. So I was only able to catch a little bit of this. Did you guys watch all of it?
No.
Yeah,
I
I've
watched
seen all
most of
of it
it.
twice.
I started like 5 or so minutes in, I think. Didn't
Okay.
watch the rest of it.
Well, we've got the highlights here. So let's just run through this list. So first off, there's going to be 12 stages from the beginning. 3 are from Splatoon 1, 4 are from Splatoon 2, and 5 of them are brand new. There's also 2 more coming post-launch. There's going to be another stage coming back from Splatoon 1, and also they're going to make another new stage. All basic weapons returning from both 2 games. Good. The NES Zapper is a must.
Definitely.
New weapons called Splatanas are announced, which is basically katanas but ink.
As
That
like a
sounds-
windshield wiper. That's kind of what it looks like.
That sounds cool.
Should have just called them wipers, but I guess Splatanas is cooler. I don't know. You think if it looks like a windshield wiper, then why wouldn't you call them wipers? Make it like a sword.
I expect it more to. Well, it kind of looks like a sword, but like also like to do it a wiper. I expect the movements to be more sword-like though.
Okay.
I'm gonna be interested to see how, because like if that's the main new weapon, right?
No, that's the
No?
bow. The bow's everywhere.
Yeah, the bow's the main new weapon.
This is like the third or fourth newly announced weapon.
I wonder what's gonna take the main uh thing, because it was the dualies for,
Right. It will
but
be the
those were
bow.
such a focus, and the bow is similar. But I don't think there were as many new weapons in Splatoon 2, at least not right off the bat.
All I
Because
know is it's going to
Umbrella
take a
was
lot to
also
get me
there.
off the zapper.
Oh,
There-
absolutely.
Probably aren't gonna put as many weapons, even though I know it's like quite a few at this point, since they're bringing back every weapon from the first
Bro,
2
catch
games.
me getting really angry again and then getting whichever one shoots the
Try
paint bombs.
Slasher. You
Now, Here's the really upsetting
Murder
thing.
from the
Whatever,
sky.
whichever one that was that shot the paint bombs, you could shoot around corners and stuff and just cheat.
Grant's gonna be a Tri Slasher main once he gets annoyed with
Ah,
getting murdered.
No, it's Luna Blaster. That's
Yeah,
what
Luna.
he would.
Or
That's
no, it's
what
not
it
the
is,
no.
yeah.
It's the one that looks like
it was
it's
a blaster.
it's a blaster, but it looked like one that was like wrapped in crayons. It wasn't the Luna Blaster because that one looked like gel or something. I remember what you're talking about.
Whoa, what was it?
We have
Was
technology.
that the Clash Blaster?
You
The
do have-
Clash
Clash?
Blaster.
Yeah.
Yes, dude, the Clash Blaster.
Where Grant went all toxic again. Went, I'll be back. Y'all paint the.
Yeah, I just like gave up on painting the ground and started killing everybody so you guys could paint.
They're
Oh,
gonna be
you're
toxic.
stuck in
I
your
can be
base?
toxic.
Dude, okay, that is one thing I'm hoping they're going to fix, because there were so many
You
maps
can
in
spawn
Splatoon 2,
anywhere now,
like,
right?
Yeah,
or kind
I
of
think so.
anywhere. I don't
Like,
know. They talked about it.
You're
But
not
I don't know. They
like
talked about it. But
you're not stuck going on one spot. You can't just be spawn camp
I'll kill them with the
this
class master wherever they are.
time.
All right, got some new special weapons: the Tacticooler, the Wave Breaker, and the Reef Slider.
So the Tacticooler is like this drink machine. Each person or there's
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like a vending machine where all the teammates can walk up to it and get some
and get
buffs.
more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
each one gets a
Um,
can.
The wave breaker
it-
sends out like a wave.
and the reef slider is a shark.
I feel like that Tacticooler is gonna be big.
There,
It's probably gonna be on
I
higher.
guarantee you for like the competitive play,
Yeah, one person on those teams is absolutely gonna have that as an ability.
Yeah,
yeah, that's gonna be like if you're actually trying to do competitive, which considering how they're still trying to make it a thing. Although they're trying to Mario Kart and Splatoon are both getting stuff at PAX, I think. If you this is slightly off topic, but like Mario Kart, if you won one of the tournaments in July, you got invited to the PAX event to compete for a trophy.
Oh wow.
It's the
imagine
same
getting
for
to
the
do that. Wouldn't that be crazy?
For real.
one
Yeah,
that we're
imagine being
later.
actually good at Mario Kart, not just locally good.
Not just good enough to
These
abuse
are
your
the-
family members.
Yeah,
Yes.
these are the people who are like, when 8 was out, they would use fire hopping, and yeah, okay, if you're against people who are doing it, I can see where it's fun, but like if you're against local people or just families, like, I don't see a point.
Yeah.
Hee I beat you by
Not
cheating.
not to dunk on my buddies up here, but I told you about Beerio Kart, right?
Yeah, how you already lapped them, even.
Yeah, I could literally I could sit out a lap and still won. And like not because I was trying to beat them, just because like it's so ingrained, like 200cc trauma is so ingrained in my skull that
Oh, you were playing 200?
No, they were playing.
no, we're
150.
probably playing 100 or something cuz they're like, you
Oh,
know, they
wow.
barely ever play Mario Kart, so we're not doing
Mhm.
50 cuz that's baby mode, but they'll do like 100 or 150 sometimes.
That makes
But yeah, I'm
sense.
so used to 200cc being able to like stop on dimes and brake and
Mhm.
figure out like any drift situation to get a purple boost every time. And
Mm.
anyway, now you can also save your favorite gear combinations now, so you can have like a couple different loadouts basically as fresh fits.
As not just locked to the amiibo.
All
Yeah,
clothing and a gun, like whatever your
yeah.
3.
So basically just a loadout.
Yep.
Um, the test range is now in the lobby, so you don't have to like go to the shop to do the testing thing.
Oh,
It's
that's
actually
nice.
useful because you can do it while waiting for your match.
That's Pog.
Dude, I hope the well, we'll get there in a second. Okay. What are ghosts?
Yeah, ghosts are your friends. That's what they
Are
are.
your friends? That's exactly.
Yeah.
They called them Ghost in the direct.
Drop in with them
You
during
kn-
the midst of battle. Join up and start a battle on the same team.
Let's see if I can describe it properly. Okay, so like they're kind of holographic, so that's why they're ghosts. But they're like if you're outside of the lobby, you know how there's all the other players out there. These are in the lobby room with you, but they're your friends, like your Switch friends. And they're left dressed up and stuff. But if they're online, you can join them in the battle
Oh, that's cool.
And
by
you're
going up and
actually
During
talking to them.
wait, drop in with them during the midst of battle. You can join a battle with your friends that's already ongoing.
That's what they said, but I think it's like you join and you
you're
watch and
Oh, okay, you
you
get to watch them.
join the next
Imagine if
round.
you could join them if like they had a teammate drop out.
That would be cool.
flop. It's just you
That's sick.
thought.
I got you, buddy. Help
Like,
me.
Call him up. Bro, hop on right now.
big
No,
man's
no, no.
coming in
Just, you go on your left.
on your
Flop it.
left. Explosion. Is that a Clash Blaster? Let's see. You can view battle replays now. Thank God, that's awesome.
That's gonna
Um,
that's gonna be
yeah,
so
dude, we can
cool.
watch film.
Ooh.
We can be like
You-
football players, except shitty in like every way.
I like the fact that you can actually invite people in a Nintendo published game. Like finally using that
Facts.
feature,
Oh,
because I
nice.
think there's one third party game that I knew
I think Uno,
did that.
right?
I don't remember what it was. I just know it was a third party game.
You have an Xbox. You have Uno. Sorry, that's what came to mind. That comes to mind every time I think of Uno now.
So
You
good.
have Uno.
Let's see. There's a locker room where you can design your own locker and view other players' lockers.
I like that. That's gonna be fun.
Can
Yeah.
I fill my locker with pipe bombs?
I found the source of the chicken
Splat bombs?
It's a pipe
Yeah.
bomb.
I assume you can fill it.
Yeah, I'll fill it
Well,
with
it depends
splat
if
bombs, and then I'll
weapons
put
are
a
sold
text.
at the
I'll fill my locker with splat bombs, and then put a text sticker on the
Draw.
front that says these are pipe bombs.
band.
Banned. Reported. Get a call from work like, hey, Nintendo called.
Uh-oh.
We have some
Uh-oh.
questions to ask you.
Let's see. Splash stage for the start of battle. The banner, a badge, and a title. Sick.
Oh yeah, they really went all out on customize.
Always appreciated. Let's see. You can change the emotes your character performs. Oh, there's emotes. Great.
Dude,
No,
Zabby.
there were already
Zabby.
emotes, like when you did the.
Oh,
They
yeah.
said victory, but I assume they also mean you can change the lost one.
I hope so.
Is this loss?
they
Uh,
they really did include so much extra customization. I feel like it's partially because so many other games now have, a gazillion different things to customize, which extends the longevity of the game. But that's
Yeah.
okay, because I got everything in Splatoon 2, and I like the idea of more collectibles. I don't like how they're doing the weapons, though.
How are they doing weapons?
Instead of, oh wait, all right, was that further down?
Is that the
I
seasonal
think
changing
so.
catalog thing?
No, that's for.
No, that's fine. Although that is next. So the catalog, I don't know why they're doing.
Oh, I
seasonal
can explain what the catalog is, though.
No, I know what it is. It's essentially you get these items now, or you're not going to get them.
No, you missed what it's for. It's for what we just talked about: the locker room and the splash tag and the emotes.
Okay, so those are all seasonal changing for every 3 months for 2 years.
Yes,
Okay.
it's like a new store, and she sells a catalog of that stuff.
Okay. There's table turf battles, which is like an in-game card game with over 150 different cards. You get a starter deck when you open the game. So that'll be interesting to try out.
Man, I watched that. I've seen the direct. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to play around with. Salmon Run is now playable all the time,
Let's go. That's our mode.
as it should be. King Salmonid is a new boss, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He shows up at
Oh.
the end of the things, and he takes a lot of hits. Like
Great.
they
You
were.
you can literally use the eggs against them. They do massive damage.
Interesting. Big Run special event.
That's all they said. That there would be a version of Salmon Run every once in a while called Big Run.
Okay.
And some people took that to mean that Salmon Run was once a month, and I'm like, did you watch the direct?
No.
Let's see. Story mode is the epic finale of the Splastastic saga.
That's what they said. word
Okay.
for word.
Drawings are back as a mailbox.
So like the drawing thing that people would do in the lobby
Ah,
would
okay.
go to the mailbox. But now you can do long drawings
What does
That's
that
gonna be
mean?
instantly so cursed.
instead of them being uh
Like a screen, the
for
size of a screen.
yeah, you can set it the other way and they'll be
Portrait.
yeah,
Portrait mode.
That's
essentially.
interesting.
Play local communications of your favorite modes at the shoal. Let's go. Local play.
Or it's yeah, local communication, so
Yeah.
download or whatever.
Photo mode can be sent to your smartphone or put on your locker. Recon mode allows you to play around on stages, which is awesome. So now you can go into stages to just look around and learn the stage.
Which is good because sometimes I have no idea what the other half
Yeah,
of the
for real.
stage.
I would much rather prefer to learn stages without just jumping in.
Dying. Yeah, because I mean, how many times did we get the same stage like 4 or 5 times in a row when we finally got the other stage? It's like I've never seen this before.
Splatnet
This exists.
Splatnet 3 allows you to actually use your splat points available at launch.
So yeah, you know how in Splatoon 2, or on the app for Splatoon 2, they had you've got this many splat points, so you've painted the Golden Gate Bridge or whatever. It's like that, but you're doing
All right. So, now that the dogs have calmed down from arrivals, we
where
got
were we?
Amiibo. Back to Splatoon 3. Amiibo. Got unique
Right.
items from Amiibo. The unique items from all the Amiibo return from the first two games.
So they didn't say that, but
They basically did though.
they showed off one of the amiibo
They showed
items
off
and it's
the Squid Girl outfit from the Splatoon 1 amiibo.
no, but you're
Yes,
they show the Splatoon 2 girl and it shows the school outfit.
same idea.
No.
It's a
Don't interrupt me.
There's three. I'm gonna interrupt both of you. There's three new amiibo coming out for Splatoon 3: a blue Octoling, a yellow Inkling, and a Small Fry. Small Fry looks pretty cool. Do like a lot.
it is their replacement for okay. So that actually brings up an interesting point. For how big they made Small Fry being your little compadre um, in the first trailer, he wasn't mentioned at all. Where'd he go? But he's getting an amiibo, so that's cool. It's
Also,
also
a lot of the previous amiibo have started to be restocked. Callie and Mari are also on Best Buy now. They haven't gone online yet, along with the recolored Squid Boy and some
yeah,
other
which
amiibo
is
as well.
I'm really interested to see what the recolored Squid Boy indicates because everything else makes sense to restock. Um, because I've seen the Splatoon 2 3-pack and the Octoling 3-pack up in other countries. Um, I think the original 3-pack was up in Europe. Calamari, like Grant says, up on Best Buy. Off the Hook was confirmed for a restock. There was no indication that the recolors were going to be restocked, but that's the one they're currently showing on Best Buy.
I won't be surprised if they just do all of them. Just go ahead and get it out of the way.
Yeah, they're going to say, "This is your chance.
Yeah.
Don't miss it."
Here's your one chance and then we might
Bye.
do it again when
Splatoon 4
when
comes out.
yeah, on the
Mm.
next console. There's no way we're getting three
Splatoon.
Splatoon. There's no way we're
Stand
getting
for
three
stick.
Splatoon games on the same console unless they decide to do like a spin-off Warriors game set during the
That
war
would
that's
be
That
that would
would
be
be
very
crazy.
interesting.
That would be pretty fun though.
Mm, um, I'm actually trying to figure out how I'm going to do the amiibo since they're currently at home. As the Final Fest video using them, what or still is in the top 10 video that most view videos on my channel. So I'm like,
Cry.
cry,
Buy
Yeah,
them
cry.
buy 'em
all
all.
again.
You don't think I won't?
No, I think
Yeah.
you will. That's why I'm the demon on your shoulder. I'm not the angel this time. I'm the demon on you. Buy them all again, twice,
I was already debating that.
and scalp them.
Yeah, when you're done, so obviously.
X Battle and League Battle are being added later. There's also large scale paid DLC coming later.
And the photo for
Featuring
that
Off
showed
the
up.
Hook.
Yeah.
Yeah. New idols. We've got so the show this time around is called Deep Cut. The cast is Fire and Shiver with Big Man. If you don't already know who Big Man is, I'm upset with you. You can watch the news while doing other activities. Thank the Lord, it's not a forced
Yeah,
thing.
thanks to the new phone.
Yeah. Splatfest are returning. This time it's going to be a 3-team thing. There's going to be 2 separate halves, one with a regular 4v4 and then a tricolor. Tricolor battles have the leading team in the center with 4 and both losing teams having 2 players to try to win. This will be interesting.
Well, we get to test it out next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Not
the
next
first
week.
Splatfest is in 2 weeks. So August 27th, the last Saturday in August, from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Central. Kind of like as a
we
trial
will
run,
all
basically. Yeah, we'll
we
be
will all be
playing.
playing.
The teams are
Alright.
rock, paper, and scissors.
Do we know what team we're joining?
No.
No, because
No.
it's rock paper scissors. We don't
Will we
really care
wait
which
and
team we're joining.
see until Nintendo
What's
puts out a
winning?
poll? Yeah, well, Nintendo put out a poll on their Twitter, and we pick the worst one.
Yes,
Probably.
that is.
I really
our
hope that
style.
method holds up because that's so
Right.
easy. It's so easy to do.
Well, okay.
Otherwise,
maybe
we
that's
gotta pick
why
rock, paper, scissors, and we're all like,
I
Yeah.
feel like that's why they're doing 3, because 2, it was
It was
you
always the same formula. Yeah, popularity and casual
popularity
play,
versus
or play.
if you did like you all you had to do was pick the team that was less popular and you were guaranteed uh almost always guaranteed to win
The play.
the
sometimes
battles.
sometimes you would lose, but it was like
There's a
really special
few,
ones.
yeah, there's a few where popularity and one of them, like I think there's like only a small handful of like the 2 years of Splatfest they did that actually,
No,
We
popularity
won.
won all the time in Splatoon 1, and then they redid the system for Splatoon 2.
because it
And
was broken.
popularity basically guaranteed you were gonna lose.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean we
I
won
think
most of the Ninja Turtle
Let,
Splatfest based on that theory alone, solely that theory.
yeah,
yeah.
because the way it ended up working is that you were especially like it especially was true if there was more than if it was 60-30 or 60-40, 70-30, guaranteed you were going to win if you picked the less
If
popular
you
team.
had said 60-30 and ran with it, I legitimately heard that. I was
Right.
like, that's right. There we go. My brain's back in. 60 plus 30 is 100. That makes perfect sense.
Right,
Let's go with
Cameron.
it. 15 minus 5 is 12. So here's that
That's
PAX
right.
West thing you were talking about. You can enter the Splatlands Invitational 2022 at PAX West on September 5th.
Well, you
If you were
no,
one of the
you had to
finalists
be.
for any of
Yeah,
the monthly events,
you could
like the
enter
last
Yeah.
couple
and
months,
go.
but you win trophy, you give Cameron trophy.
You can
Nobody who
You can
that
also,
trophy's gonna give it to you.
yeah,
I know it's quite
it's a
unfortunate.
pipe dream. You can also see Harmony playing with Ultra Hand, and she has existed since the very first Splatoon game. So yeah, Splatoon 3 coming out September 9th. Just under a month away. It's the
And
final countdown.
so
Let's
is
go.
so from what it seems at least, the Pro controller, the amiibo that are being restocked that day, because the 3-pack for Splatoon 3 is not being released until the fall, and the Switch are not being released until their release dates. Like, or they're not even up for pre-order. I don't think they're going to go up for pre-order
We'll
because
see.
we're like, at least in America, because I know Amazon France still has it available.
You're gonna buy it from
I'm
France.
honestly at this point, it would be faster.
Not that shipping time. Like confirming it, sure, I guess, but definitely not getting it.
No, that's for sure.
Do we have confirmed save cloud data?
No,
They're better,
not
but
yet.
don't do this to me, Nintendo. Everything's lining up
Again.
so good with this game.
Wait,
It's not here somehow, even though
actually,
it should be.
so they're hold on.
No, I'm gonna complain for a
There,
minute. So
there's a
they
lot
announced
of.
that you could bring over your data from Splatoon 2
Oh
with
yeah,
your
we didn't talk
levels.
about that.
Here's the problem. I lost all my data when I had to ship off my Switch. So
Moment
I
of
had to
silence.
start from level 1 anyways.
Everyone's gonna just think you're a Smurf because you'll be playing with us, and we have like way high levels.
Right. Because my Switch had to be sent off. Like, could you at least give me my data that you have on the save
Yeah,
to
why?
your cloud?
Why is there data that exists on the cloud, but we can't access cloud saves?
Because
Like,
Nintendo said
that's
so.
still very whack to me.
Because the Splatoon Animal
There.
Crossing team hurts my head.
Well, I would at least accept um their method for backing up via a completely different thing than none at all.
Yeah, true.
Um,
All right. So with that, on to Collector's Corner. This is the weekly segment where we go around and talk about games we've been playing and mistakes we've been making and all that good stuff. I'll go first this week. Again, nothing. I played Mario Kart enough to beat the mirror courses this time around. Work was ultimate pain all last week, but we finally got the thing done. That's been making me work a bunch. So
Yay! So maybe you'll actually play stuff.
yeah. Dude, work yesterday was so good. There was no crazy event. I just had things to do that could be accomplished easily in that day. I was vibing so hard getting things done. And then today, the team above us that we sent our stuff to was like, "Hey, this you forgot to do this thing." So we might have one more week of hell, but hopefully it's all gone soon. Yeah. Finally got the car fixed. So car's 100% good to go. My mileage is already better. It seems to just be happier that it's there. It wasn't running bad without the converter, but seems
It
to be a lot.
hated not having it
Yeah.
without the other way to prevent the. You didn't have the converter and you didn't have the modification for.
Yeah, I didn't have the tune to make it understand. So yeah, it's just happier. I finally have my rev matching back. That is nice. It makes my driving look a lot better if you don't know what's going on. So yeah, that and I got promoted at work. So that's really cool.
Yay.
Yay.
and he celebrates by getting Splatoon 3.
Yay!
I celebrated by impromptu grilling and eating a steak at like 10:30 p.m.
Oh, jeez.
But it was a good steak.
Yeah, but that's how you burn on that.
No, I mean, no, I don't really get heartburn.
That's good.
But
At least
yeah, if I did, I would not be eating 16 ounces of red meat right before bed.
This is a good idea. Oh, I feel like
Yeah. Um, but yeah, that's literally it, and it's so disappointing to say that. But anyway, Alex.
okay. I put a lot of time into just trying to get to the point where Cameron can record the new stuff in Three Hopes. And I finally got to the split chapter, which is good. Um, I found I had $30 on for I'll explain. So I set up an account on the PlayStation Rewards thing, Sony Rewards page a long time ago.
Yeah.
And because everything on my laptop got logged out for some reason, I was logging into all of them accounts again. And I saw I had 3,000 points on there. So I was like, what is points get me? And 100 points is basically $1. So at 3,000 points, I was able to get a $20 and $10 PlayStation cards.
Sick.
Yeah. Um, supposedly, also, if I send links to people, like
Then
the
it's like a redemption,
setup,
or a,
yeah,
I
uh,
don't know how to claim those rewards
I don't know.
because he sent one to me. No idea.
Hmm.
I'm signed up
Sounds
now.
like we have a great system.
Yeah.
Mhm. Look, if I don't
Mhm.
immediately see the results, what's the point?
True.
Um,
Huh? I played. I didn't play any more Mario Kart, but it's like it's fine. I'll beat it before the next one comes out.
Yeah,
yeah,
you've
you have
got
like
plenty of time.
5 months.
Yeah. Um, I did play a little bit of Resident Evil Revelations again, but not much. I didn't play Village because I didn't feel like getting sick. But at the very least, I know in October I'll be able to beat Village
Yeah.
if I can't do it before then.
Salvation is coming.
Yeah, of third person mode. This is what I really need. Um, that might be all besides the mower breaking on me this week and looking for a job, obviously.
Yeah. All right. Cameron?
So
He's
if
currently
you've
playing
watched,
Wii Bowling, Switch Bowling,
I
excuse me.
switch bowling. If you've seen the previous episodes in the last year, you know that my laptop has been in desperate
Cameron got a new
need of
laptop.
an
Let's
upgrade.
freaking go. Oh
go.
my god. Yeah, if you know our Twitter is like 60%. Hey, the YouTube version's delayed because Cameron's laptop is exploding.
Mhm. So finally got an upgrade. We're going to test it out tonight. Um, hopefully have podcast up, before time. But
Yeah,
today
what a good way to test it.
it's not wrong. Today, if it's late, it's not because of the laptop. It's because it's already 9:30, and we upload at 7 a.m.
Yeah, we're recording late
So
and it's a brand new laptop, so
we're gonna find
right
out.
into the fire.
Did you already get
I've already
Sony
downloaded. Actually, Alex,
Movie Studios?
I need you to send me the code so that I have the full product. It's in the desk drawer next to you, right on your right, in one of those.
Why
Um,
don't you read it aloud for everybody?
Yeah, okay.
please don't.
I'm working on it.
Actually, I don't think it matters because it's on so many computers at this point. But
Is it in a
also,
box or something?
no, I don't think so. And we'll
Okay,
deal with it
then I'll
later.
find it later.
So I've got the trial version up for now. Where worst case, I just survive off that. I have so many other videos, except of course I need to be able to render the podcast. But other than the podcast, it'll be fine. So what have I played this week? Switch Sports. Um. What else? That might be it.
Hey, joining the
Oh.
one game club this week.
Oh. I. So Friday, this past Friday was the start of Disney's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I went to Magic Kingdom, not thinking about the fact that they closed at 6 because of that. The
Good
wait
idea.
time, the wait times when I got to the park, 40 minutes was the max wait time. That was for Peter Pan and Seven Dwarfs.
Sick.
So I rode Buzz, I rode Space and Thunder. No, wait, no, I didn't ride Thunder that week. On Friday, I rode Splash Mountain. I rode Haunted Mansion, Pirates. I was trying to do all the rides that had Photo Pass because I'm, paying for it, so I might as well use it. Haunted Mansion didn't send me my photo, so I stopped.
Get dunked on.
I did get dumped on. I rode People Mover. What else? It was just. Oh, I also did the Princess Hall because I needed AC.
Worthy
They
sacrifice.
Mhm. AC was very nice. They did not have PhotoPass going.
Heh.
Because they switched to the automated cameras. They were down. So I'm like, cool. Here's
Love
my
it.
phone. But partially did that for AC, partially did that because Alex and Cooper's favorite princesses are in there. So I try to make them jealous. With my
As you
basically
should as a
unlimited park
sibling.
access. Yes, correct. So did that. What else had? No, it's mostly just the absolute chaos of m- trying to hold onto my laptop long enough to pull everything off because there's a lot on there. The uh the footage for just the raw footage of all the Fire Emblem and Switch Sports and whatnot is more than this laptop holds. Like after operating system and whatnot, there's 400 something on here. There was like 520 for just the raw footage.
Nice meme.
You decided what you're gonna do with your old laptop?
Burn it.
I'm not
Shoot
going
at
to
it.
burn it.
Drive over it.
Good plans all around.
Throw it in the one of the ponds in a Disney park.
That pond outside of your apartment, just the one with all the algae. What? All right.
Hey! They cleaned that up, kinda. I'm not giving them credit. They
Me
didn't
after a
clean it
long,
up.
hard day of throwing electronics and car batteries into the ocean.
um. Oh. Before I forget, I looked on the Splatoon 3 page after we brought it up. Cloud saves are for offline play only.
I mean, it's better than
It's a
nothing
step forward, I guess.
because I'm still mad I lost. My save data for Splatoon 1, my save data for Splatoon 2.
It's only bound to happen with Splatoon 3.
Right.
Alright.
But yeah, it's the it's kind of just hard to play games when my options are not record games that I need to record or play Pokemon. I didn't want to play Pokemon,
Bro,
so I went to the parks.
Just stop being a YouTuber.
I-
Easy.
I get money for playing video games. Why would I stop?
Isn't I mean Pokemon's
True.
your choice. You're like, I have to have a living dex. As a regret,
I
and I
haven't
are
had
like,
a living dex since
what are you
Gen
working
7,
on
but
right now, though?
the living dex.
Exactly. Regret,
Exactly. It's
and I are
have
like,
something to
I
do.
don't care.
All right, Cooper, finish this off.
Okay, so hang on. And some noodles. Really good noodles. Let's see, what have I been playing? Well, multiverses, obviously. Not a lot though.
Not a
Oh,
lot.
my.
You just spent $100 on it last week.
Well, I mean, like, not a lot of games. I mean, sorry,
Oh,
I should clarify. Yeah. Not yeah. I've really been doing much this past week. Kind of marching band.
yeah. How's that been? Exhausting.
They had practice on
tiring.
Friday till 9:30
Yes, 6 to
p.m.
9.
What?
hmm We're going crazy this year.
Y'all better pull him a trophy.
On God,
The
dude.
practice was
Mhm.
supposed to be at the Duck though to also kind of introduce them to like.
Oh, like yeah, the pre-football practice.
Yeah.
But then the football team took the Duck
And
that
the football
night.
team was like, "Nope, we need it." And then they're like, "Also, our practice is also 6 to 9." I was like, "Okay, wow."
10 to 12. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The funny part though, and I was like, oh, that would be fun as a horror game. So there's all these band kids uh standing around, and the like I showed up because mom was like, hey, if we go, they're gonna do like one more run through. You can see the show at least where it is. I was like, cool, sounds fun. I'll go watch. Um, so all these they finish up. All these band kids are standing around, and then the lights in the practice field go out.
Nice
Oh,
meme.
I was calling y'all
Yeah.
right about that time because nobody would answer me.
That's how I would set up a horror game, though. Like it just went dark completely.
Classic trope number one. Yeah. Band, but it's
Yeah.
band practice themed. You're at band
Yeah.
practice and then lights go out.
Dude, if that's the way I die, I'm be so mad.
No, bro. If I was in that situation, the lights would have came back on. Y'all would have seen me pulling a gun out of that tuba. Retrieve the emergency Glock.
But yeah, so marching band. We have our first game. We're gonna go be against Hoover.
First game
The
against
first
Hoover.
game is
It's
well, okay. There you go. It doesn't matter how you play the rest of the season, so long as that game is at home.
it's an honorary game, and it's on neutral ground in Montgomery for both teams.
Oh, so it's a preseason game. Bro, high school's got
Boo.
preseason games? That's crazy.
Apparently, they haven't faced Hoover
Boo.
since we were in high school.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
going to
but
say
like,
Hoover's not like a normal matchup.
Yeah. So because
okay,
they
but
haven't faced
bad.
them since we were in
Do,
high school, they
do
were
you
Hoover was
realize
like,
how much money
let's
that
do it.
would be for the band?
Oh no, Auburn
Yeah.
asked in the past, and they were like, "Hey, y'all want to pay you come down, you fight us?" And they were like, "No." And then this year they were like, "Hey, we want to meet up and play against you."
Y'all,
Except,
y'all want
you
to
know,
meet up?
At least it's in Montgomery and not in Birmingham, because that would be basically playing at Hoover.
yeah,
Yeah,
right,
true.
So at least it is some neutral ground there.
neutral-ish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair enough. It's about 45 minutes each way.
Yeah. So we're doing that. Those double hash lines, because it's college and high school lines, right?
Yeah.
Hash marks, I mean, yeah. That's gonna mess
Pain.
some people up.
Oh, absolutely. It always
Can't wait for
messes
that.
freshmen up
So that'll be
because it's
interesting.
not something that you see on the high school fields.
Yeah, no.
So it's guaranteed to trip people up because it's not like we can go practice on them. So
Yeah, no.
Who's ready for
So
Auburn football to go 3-9?
look. So
Please
long as
no.
I get Chick-fil-A points, I don't care how poorly they play.
He's not
I just
talking
need
I
about
don't
free
the
care
high
about the
food.
high
school.
school
He's
team,
talking about the
yeah.
university.
the team that actually matters.
Oh, bro,
Oh,
the high
yeah,
school
that's-
team, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
the
not
team
go
that
3 of
actually has a
9.
chance at winning.
We'll probably do better than that, but we're ranked like one of the worst teams in the SEC this year projected.
Oh, good lord.
Yikes.
You just
Dude.
killed me with that sentence. Look,
Well, I
Dude,
mean, look, there's good reason. We ended on a 6-game losing streak. That's how we ended our season. And
I know,
our
you
main
and I
quarterback got injured and then left. So now we've got our backup, and we stole the quarterback from Texas A&M because he was like, "This place sucks." And we stole the quarterback
They-
from Oregon, where Bo Nix went. We essentially traded with Oregon. We gave them Bo Nix, and we got Robbie Ashford or whoever from there. So, and we still don't know which one of those 3 guys is going to be playing because our backup was okay.
but we stole the one from Texas A&M because they beat up. Give
Well,
us.
I think we beat them this year. We managed to beat. I think so. I'm not. I can't remember. Last year such a blur of horribleness.
The most important university football game for Auburn is Alabama,
Yeah,
but winning everything else also feels really good.
it just feels really nice to like play a team and then their main player be like, "This seems way better than what I'm doing here." Like you just play them, even if you beat them. It's like I kind of want to play for these guys instead. That's funny. Anyway, Cooper, hit us with that
Ours
Faye.
now.
Alright. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention, I played a little bit of Minecraft, too. So, yeah, like 2 games in the past week. Kinda. Anyway, the Faye channel this week, stalling, is... Alright, so we got some new Choose Your Legends units. We finally got Choose Your Legends 6. They're pretty cool. I personally really like Bylif's. Everyone else is like, I'm okay with.
I've only seen Byleth.
Dude, Tiki's made me so upset. You gotta see Tiki's.
Okay, actually, I forgot that I saw Tiki while I was at work.
Dude, it's
'Cause
so upsetting.
I don't want Grant. I don't want to hear it. I was in an hour and a half meeting. What else was I supposed to do?
Oh, am I supposed to start gaslighting you about not doing work? I thought you were gonna be like, Grant, I don't want to hear about the lolly thing.
No, I don't. No, I don't want to hear that I should be working. I was in a meeting.
You should be working, and you should be paying attention to the meeting and not looking at freaking Nintendo lollies. You freak.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, so we got adult Tiki to win,
Speaking
and
of
she's in
Nintendo
her
lollies,
young counterpart clothing.
so suspect. Maximum
so
suspect.
dumb, bro. And then the one I'm pretty happy about is that what? Dang, this is spicy. Okay, we'll have Geralt as our Grand Hero battle, which will be very cool. I love Geralt. He's cool.
No, the most important thing, and they're both leaving it out, is in Japan, adult Tiki's voiced by Pikachu,
I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know
and
that.
they paid Pikachu's voice actress again for the first time in 6 years to come back and voice her.
Suspect.
Suspect.
All of
Because
this
they
is
haven't
suspect.
used the. Yeah, okay. They haven't used adult Tiki since. He can call whatever he wants. Look, that's how you get
Suspect.
around
That's what I'm gonna
Grant. Just go, okay.
Who?
And he's like, how do I do?
Wait. Yeah.
You're right.
Panic. Find something
Anyways.
one level deeper to gaslight about instead. Okay. So
Alright,
on to
and
the.
then-
Oh, sorry.
Oh, my fault. We got a new mode called Binding Worlds. It's out. It's not terrible, but it's really, I don't know. You had to use the portal thingy if you want to level up, and I forget to use the portal thingy. So bad mode because I don't. I'm bad.
Bad mode. Okay, well, look. You want to talk about that mode being bad? Apparently, the rewards for the last like 5 levels or so
Right?
are the torch thingies that you use to restore your ability to play that mode.
That's it,
Why do you need to be able to replay that mode when you beat the mode?
dude. Yeah, because there's no Hall of Forms or anything. It's not like you can get the unit. That's
Because.
dope. Because
Because
Because.
And then Long
I'm gonna
Q.
need you to get all the way off my back about this.
Long Q is the next Resplendent after La Rochelle. That'll be on the 25th. Yeah. Yeah. All right. What are you going into? I forgot.
Tidbits. Welcome to the show.
Yes.
The Sunbreak amiibo are shown in GameStop system for either releasing on the 26th of this month or September 9th.
And it doesn't matter for me either way because they finally shipped from Amazon Japan.
Nice. Let's see. There are some new secrets discovered in Super Punch Out. On the title screen, you can hold Y and R and then press A or start, and you'll get the ability to select any character to fight in a free single match. In this mode, on the character info screen, hold Y and R again on player 2, start player 1, continue to hold Y and R until the select screen, and then Y and B on player 2, start player 1, continue to hold Y plus B until round start press. Ah, bro, that was like
I think
friggin'
this is
keep
the.
talking and nobody explodes.
So for some reason it doesn't mention it, but I think this is the info
NSO.
display
That's-
2-player.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, player 2.
That-
That's what I
that-
meant. P2
yeah,
is player 2.
that-
Yeah.
That's how to play.
Oh my
two-player
god, that is so many steps.
That
That's
like,
like the most
so
complicated version.
the guy that I
like,
saw discover that did not explain it like that. Someone in the comments explained it like that, and I was like, okay, I'll take that explanation. That's more details.
No, it's terrible. I don't get it.
I didn't say I got it. I said that's more details.
Bro.
Plug in both controllers, hold all the buttons on them, stand on one leg, fart, and then you get the special mode.
Look, why can't it be simple? Look, so the ability to play any match, simple. I can understand that. How to summon, how to start from the level you just lost or world you just lost on in Super Mario Bros. I understand. It's like 2 buttons.
Yeah.
This is you gotta change the 2 buttons like halfway through.
Yeah, so you hold
Also have
hold
two
a certain set of
controllers.
plug in both controllers, hold 2 buttons on the player 2, press start on player 1, keep holding player 2 until you see a certain screen, then switch to a different set of buttons on player 2 and then push start on player 1 again, and then continue to hold the buttons on player 2. Oh my god. That's horrible.
Look, I don't care if this was just for debugging of the models to make sure they hit accurately or what. It's annoying. Do like 2 buttons total and let me plug in the controller.
Um yeah, that's crazy. Wavery 64 is coming to NSO this Friday, August 19th.
Good, I guess. I don't know what wave race is.
You go on water.
I'm so hurt, bro. Yeah, dude, it's Wave Race. It's been a freaking
Like I recognize the name
staple
obviously,
since
but I've
the
never
SNES. Yeah.
played the game of it, any of the games in it. So it's like I know it's a Nintendo franchise.
I
It's
think,
just jet ski
you're on
racing.
a
It's
jet
jet ski
ski,
racing.
and that's about
yeah, I
the
think Wii Sports Resort had basically
Yes.
the closest we've had, right?
Yes.
In a long time.
Okay. Honestly, I remember 2 things in Wii Sports Resort, or a couple. You've got the airplane one, which needs to come back. You've got frisbee golf with the dog,
Which needs to come back.
except that might be Wii Fitness, not.
No, that's Wii Sports
I
Resort.
think it's
Okay,
in
that is Wii
both. There
Resort.
or
And
I
you've
think the
got
dogs were introduced
archery,
in Wii
which is
Fit.
okay. And you've got bowling.
Bro,
where you can do
basketball is the
100
peak mode in that game though.
That's true. There is basketball.
I love that.
Look,
You've
can we
got
just
100 mode
have
bowling that you
Nintendo
can beat if you
release a
shoot it
bunch of
right.
these other modes? Like, why does Switch Sports have 3 different versions of tennis when we have all these other games?
We've already don't start this now.
Yeah,
We're-
don't start.
Pac-Man World Repack is releasing this Friday, and Kirby's Dream Buffet releases this Saturday. So a lot of games coming out this weekend.
Yeah, I didn't know they were remaking Pac-Man World.
Mm-hmm.
How did you? We've talked about
Yeah,
it.
I was gonna say
Did
we've covered
we?
it at least 2 or 3 times. Yeah, Pac-Man World Repack.
It has the statue
It
that
has the
costs
stupid overly
It
yeah.
has the statue. Never mind, I
The
got you.
Yeah,
$90
there you go.
statue, because
Ah,
we thought it was $60 and thought that was expensive, and then they announced that the game was 30.
got it. Yeah, okay. They released the opening movie for it, and I don't know. I think the one I know is Pac-Man World 2. So
Yeah,
anyways, they
come
changed
back when
all the
Pac-Man World 2
models.
comes out.
They changed all the models in the opening to match the redesigns of the Pac family that they did for
Mhm.
Pac-Land in the
That's because the rights for Miss Pac-Man are just up in the air, right?
right, but they changed everybody's models for the rest of the family.
Yeah. Alone in the Dark is getting a quote reimagining. You'll experience a completely original story that incorporates characters, places, and themes from the '90s trilogy.
It looks
As
Interesting.
long as there's no trace of that Xbox 360 game that we shall not name, then
you're
maybe this can be good.
Conker's Bad Fur Day Live and Reloaded, right? That one?
no, there's a Lone in the Dark on the Xbox 360, right? That's
Yeah, it's the bad one that Pro
There's
Jerry
just
made
a
a video
bunch
about.
there's just a bunch of bad Xbox games, okay?
the
From 90s series.
it looks like it's inspired by the remakes for Resident Evil. Like you're in a third person.
Yeah, I assume
Uh,
it's, but I just hope it's focused on like the PC games from back in the day,
they
which
did
they
say it
do
will
say.
focus
Yeah,
mainly on the 90s, and they
that's
are
how it should be.
delving more into the it's set during the 1920s era instead of being like, oh
Drive around a
yeah,
car and get carried around by bats.
it's no, they're like 1920. They specifically called out 1920s.
Okay, good. Hogwarts Legacy will launch on February 10th, 2023 for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. The Nintendo Switch launch date will be revealed soon, which means it's coming later.
Most
Which
likely,
means
there is a
it's not
chance
gonna
it
be
will
popular.
make that launch date, but it's
I
low.
do
Doubt it.
for the sake of it actually being like a viable way to play the game, I hope it is. Cause if we're getting to the point
You have a PS5. You don't need to
no,
play.
no, 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 no. No, I'm aware I don't need to. But like if we're getting to the point that we did with the Wii U where third party games are going to start delaying, we're gonna lose third party support.
You see, but this will be cloud. Kidding. There's no
I
proof of
hate
that
that.
yet.
Don't
Yeah,
say
even the
that.
dog hates that.
Yeah.
There's no proof yet, but you
I mean,
never
that's
know.
the only way to play Kingdom Hearts.
No, it could easily be playable correctly. And Square's like, nah, we're all in on the NFT game right now. Who cares about
Oh my
games?
god.
We sold Tomb Raider so that we could get in on the NFT more.
Ugh.
It
THQ
makes me
Nordic
cry.
also teased a new South Park game.
Yeah.
Well, cool. The first two did pretty well, so.
Yeah, this isn't that surprising, but
Sparvel. Wow, my brain. Marvel's Spider-Man remastered swings onto PC this week. So
oh,
if you don't
okay,
have
it
a
already
PlayStation because you're a
did.
PC guy, then buy it.
All right, this is because I write these shows like throughout the week and not because the
Oh, so it's out now.
it already is out and it was. Let's see, here's the later thing. Spider-Man Remastered is the second biggest launch for PlayStation Studios on Steam, with an all-time peak of 65,000 players compared to God of War 73,000.
Nice. Let's see. Microsoft claims it simply wouldn't be profitable to make Call of Duty an Xbox exclusive. Yeah, no duh. Just cut out 40 to 50% of the player base.
No, that's such a good idea. They already did it in the past, when they had exclusive maps.
Well, those were Pog.
Grant, yeah, let's do that.
Well, I mean, they weren't exclusive maps. They just dropped a month early. We got the
Okay,
the
fine, but
passes a month
that
early, and
is
that was
why
Pog solely because I
but
got to dunk on Dylan all the time because I had to
that
do
is
laps.
why Xboxes were doing better. Like they eventually got outsold by the PS3, which is crazy to think about when
Well, yeah. Well,
everything.
this is in like 2009,
Yeah,
2008, 2010, like before everything went really horrible for Xbox.
right.
Um, but yeah. Okay. Sega has no plans to delay Sonic Frontiers from his 2022 launch. Well,
Well,
sayonara, Sonic. It's nice knowing you.
that makes me sad. They should have delayed it. Let's
Yeah.
be honest.
I will eat my
There,
words if it is really good.
it won't be.
Dude, dude, no, no. Go
That's
watch the
how
IG.
this is how confident I am that I won't have to eat my words.
Go watch the IGN thing. If you ever feel confident about
Hey,
Sonic
that's not.
Frontiers, go watch the IGN gameplay thing again. You'll lose all confidence.
That's not fair. It'll be fine
No,
ish.
I want a
Um,
good Sonic game, and this is not it.
this is barely a Sonic game. I did.
Let's see. River City Girls 2 has been delayed, pulling its punches until sometime after summer 2022. Oh no. How are we going to make it? Let's see. Soul Hackers 2 launch day DLC includes a full bonus story featuring a new devil summoner. Resident Evil producer Hiroyuki Kobayashi left Capcom to join NetEase. I have no idea who NetEase is.
Maybe
Uh, self-developed PC client and mobile games.
You
And
leave
with
Resident Evil. Mm, that makes me sad.
Judgy McJudgy.
I
um,
will judge. Oh, I
Oh no,
worked
I'm
on
not disagreeing with
Resident
you.
Evil.
I'm not
Okay,
disagreeing with you. I'm just saying
I,
judge.
I'm gonna go leave to work on mobile games.
so we got a new SpongeBob game and a new Lego Bricktales game both announced. Yay!
Bricktails was
Yeah.
announced today. I'm from what the trailer looked like, it's kind of like Captain Toad,
Hmm.
like that
That probably won't
same
be so bad.
like it, it's like that same box world. Um, it seems like your goal is to go around collect bricks and then you like build a solution to get out of whatever the predicament is. But they're not doing a physical at the moment, from what I saw on their Twitter, and I'm like,
Um.
that's a bad move.
Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm are coming to Nintendo Switch as the Arcadia Bay Collection, releasing September 27th, both physically and digitally.
Oh yeah, saw that. Um, those are the remasters.
Yep.
Was I just seeing a weird screenshot, or did they like completely redo the models?
Uh. Where?
I I don't know. I went
Let's follow
one of the news sites I follow used a weird screenshot. I think.
So they redid a bunch for the thing, but I haven't seen the Switch versions because I already own them.
Mhm.
Plus,
You own
I'm
them
like,
twice, don't you? Did you?
uh, yeah, I own the original games and then I own the remasters because I got them with
Mhm.
three.
I was gonna
Uh,
say I thought you owned the original remasters.
there's
Do
there's now a cheat code in Nintendo Switch Sports to let you play against Matt,
Matt?
the legendary Matt. Try entering ZR plus R plus A or ZL plus L plus left on the difficulty select screen.
And you can do that for every game mode except bowling, unless I just don't understand how bowling works. To get an expert in that category. Matt is for uh
Fencing.
Yeah, I can't remember what the actual word is. Swords, mats for swords. Um, there's two of the other old Wii Sports guys for tennis. Um, um, there was a guy named Miguel for soccer.
So new.
He's new. I didn't check volleyball, and I didn't check badminton because those are bad games.
We're gonna get hate on Twitter from
No,
someone.
we're
As if
no,
we
we're
got
not
added by anybody on Twitter.
ever.
If
Just
we
in our
did, it would be
lives.
bad.
Mhm.
Look, if we get added by anyone but each other, it's a popular day.
dude, it's so funny to watch people get destroyed by Matt though.
Kirby Right Back at You is getting a Blu-ray HD remaster in Japan.
Yes, Japan only though right now.
Rip.
It's so sad.
Yeah, but if it has the English versions, you could watch it. But I don't know. I know America sells the
Oh,
subs.
did
I don't know if Japan sells the English
we
stuff.
didn't mention it. While we're on the topic of Kirby, did you guys see that the concert, which goes live,
Oh yeah, that's not
going
available
live?
until August 31st or something, right?
Yeah. Which is even worse. It was originally announced that it was going to last until March, like Mario did. It's the end of the month.
Get
I
screwed.
didn't see that they were gonna cut it
Yep,
like way earlier.
for no reason. A Disney and Marvel game showcase has been announced for September 9th. Lucasfilm Games will also be there. That's going to be a busy next couple of weeks here.
Right.
Mm,
A new look at Hogwarts Legacy will be shown at Gamescom on August 23rd.
it's going to be a very busy few weeks.
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII Remake's dance sequence took longer to prepare than any other scene. That makes sense to me.
If you've seen it, it definitely makes sense.
Yeah. And also, Pokemon collaboration with McDonald's leaked a couple days ago, but it's available now. You can go get a Happy Meal toy with a Pikachu box again, like you could before. I've also seen a lot of people on my Instagram doing this. Just I might do it.
Cardigan as well, right? Like you get the weird toy for whatever this one is, whatever they've designed as a. But you usually also get a card with the toy.
No idea.
Cooper, do you know if you
I
get
might
a
go do
card,
that tomorrow.
A card for what?
the the McDonald's?
Oh, for the McDonald's. I have no idea. It
Welcome
just
to the
they
show.
Yeah, right.
Welcome to the show.
Bro, I was watching a Tom and Jerry clip. They asked if he wanted a bite. It's pretty funny. I'll send it in a bit. But the McDonald's, no, it's just McDonald's sent out the tweet, and that was it. So I'm literally no clue on it. But it says it's back, so I'm assuming.
Then
Maybe
probably if they're calling it, it's back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, our old but still interesting tidbit for the week. Junichi Masuda added his daughter Kiri to Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire as she was born right before the Japanese release of Ruby and Sapphire. In all 5 Hoenn
He
games,
snuck
she
her
is
in,
a
yeah.
young girl living in Sutopolis City who gives out 2 berries each day to the player that talks to her.
He said that they were so stressed out at the company that when he left, like as he was with his wife and daughter in the hospital or whatever, he could feel his phone getting
Yeah.
dinged like a million messages.
Why do we not just use Did You Know Gaming for this section?
Because not all of it's Did You Know Gaming, just this one. Because
This
I
one
thought it
is.
was sweet.
I watched this at work.
Stop watching things at work.
No,
You
I
want me
need
to not
something to listen
you want me to
to.
not bully you about not working, but you just keep saying things.
I'm working. I need something to like
Looking
drown
at
out the
suspect
silence.
Nintendo characters, watching directs, watching Did You Know Gaming, yeah, just watching
Okay,
random
look,
YouTube
there's
videos
a difference. I watch the directs here at home
while working from home.
on work hours.
See what the
You're
Uh,
gonna get fired.
I'm not gonna get fired.
One of them's gonna watch this
I-
video and be like,
I got 5 things done on this sprint, and I was supposed to do 2. So they're not gonna fire me yet.
let's
Keyword
see.
yet.
Yet, yeah. Rumor for the week: DVD leak says that the Stranger Things content is returning to Dead by Daylight with a new chapter. I could buy that. It's Stranger Things. So
Cooper asked me how I feel about this because I bought it all when it was leaving. I was like, I mean, that's good, I guess. If it returns, it gives more people an opportunity. And I'm happy if there's a new chapter of Stranger Things stuff to play with.
yeah.
What's the-
And
did you-
huh?
Sorry. Alex, did you get it on sale? Or...
Yeah, I got it all on sale.
Yeah.
Well, see
They
there. That's
said
that.
clearance.
Or except I got all the costumes on sale. I think I bought the base pack when it came out.
Okay, and for the finishing topics this week, we've got a little bracket put together of the top 8 Switch games. If we're not including Pokemon, because otherwise Pokemon would have dominated this list.
All right. I have number 1 already.
So give this a
Wait.
shot here.
So what is
Hold
it?
on.
Oh, is this
I
the
need
right
to
game?
expand this.
How do I
I
make
can't.
this?
Discord,
Can you zoom in
what?
a little? Can you zoom in a little? Like Grant.
I really do hate how tiny
Yeah.
Discord makes us.
Wait a minute. Where's Tetris 99?
That's not a top selling Switch game. It was
Y-
free.
No, it is a top. It's number
Oh,
1.
you're gonna kill me with
Number 2.
why is the second bracket?
We're getting this out of the.
As-
This was randomized.
otherwise-
This was randomized. Actually, no, this was not.
But
Yeah, this was randomized.
Bro, how do we
if they're
have?
not both
Wait, which
in the
Mario
same
Party?
one,
Oh, Super Mario Party.
the
Okay.
first one that released on the system.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Bro,
but
how do?
I need to
Man,
know.
that makes me so sad. How do we got Ring Fit Adventure?
Because Japan freaking loves that game.
But Tetris,
Um,
I love Tetris. It has DLC, guys. You tell me the DLC's not.
This
best
is not
selling
as.
or something?
Cooper.
What is happening right now?
I'm
What is
crying.
hap- Look,
I'm
look,
moping.
look. Here's the thing.
Coping.
Tetris 99 was free
Mm-hmm.
through Switch Online. Ring
Mhm.
Fit literally sold out.
Who?
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 Oh man,
right,
I might
alright,
be
let's-
tired to
okay,
read
okay, I
this.
give up.
I read that first one and
It's
went,
free. I said.
why is Mario Kart 8 against Mario Kart 8?
All right, so yeah, here's how it's gonna go. We got Mario U Deluxe versus Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Breath of the Wild versus Mario Odyssey,
Mhm,
Animal
mhm.
Crossing New Horizons versus Ring Fit Adventure, Smash Ultimate versus Mario Party. Since there's 4 of us, if there's a tie, I have a quarter. We shall flip it. All right,
Fair
Okay,
enough.
Mario U Deluxe and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Mario
Is-
Kart 8,
Yeah, Mario Kart 8. Fuck Mario U.
right?
Like, do we even have to debate this?
No, we
So-
don't have to debate
We
this.
can
We don't
talk about good points,
Okay,
or we can just be
so-
like, 8's better.
Of the games that are in the top 10, these are the only 2. Well, wait, was it top 11? Grant, how did removing the 3 Pokemon go? Was that actually top 8, or was it
Yeah, I think I had to
number
grab
11
the
as a
11th.
slight end?
Mhm, mhm.
But of those, these are the only 2 that are Wii U port. And if
Really?
we're picking a Wii U port to move forward,
Push
it's
up
Mario
glasses.
Kart.
Breath of the Wild is a Wii U port.
He's right.
Yeah, but
It's not a port.
really
It's a, yeah, I wouldn't call that a
simultaneously-
port. Yeah, because one didn't happen
It was-
first. Like it was developed for the Wii U first, but the Wii U
True,
version
yeah.
didn't launch
And then
first.
they
Dude,
cut out content
they
from
had
the
so many
Wii
good-
to
U.
make
Yeah.
the Wii. I don't know why they felt the need to make the Wii U version worse.
They had so many good ideas, like having a map and stuff with the Wii. Like they had
Yeah,
so
because
many
they
good
wanted
ideas
people
with
to buy
gamepad.
the Switch. They're a business.
But yeah,
As if,
it's so lame.
yeah, but like the thing is, people were gonna buy the Switch anyways.
Exactly.
Like,
Dang.
I don't know why they felt the need.
I'm just gonna go ahead and.
Put 4.
Yeah,
Does
go ahead.
anybody object to that? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
No.
There we go.
There's nothing
Easy.
in U Deluxe that
Yeah.
makes it
Okay.
better
So
than
Wait,
this
Mario
this is
Kart.
gonna be
Guys,
the this is gonna be the hard one. What?
I can make a really good point about Mario Kart 8 compared to Deluxe. See, in Mario Kart 8, I can play a shy guy and win using a cheater cart. I can't do that in Mario U Deluxe. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is better.
Okay. Tough debate here. Toughest one. Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey.
Mario Odyssey because I can do super jumps and stuff. I can't do super jumps.
So I
in
do
Zelda.
want to give one last thing on the previous round, though. I think the content added, at least at launch, to the different versions for Deluxe. Because, like, right now, 8, if we were comparing 8, you know, 6
Like with the
months ago
DLC.
before the DLC, yeah, okay. Then what was added, you actually got more content added than 8 did.
Yeah, true. But if you asked a
Well,
room,
kinda.
if you
'Cause
asked any room full of people,
what would they
This
rather
is-
play? Exactly. I
yeah,
agree.
there's no like it's just no like sure it might win on a couple categories based on numbers, but just not
It's
happening.
no.
I'm definitely
But,
gonna say Breath of the Wild for me.
I was
Yeah.
also gonna say Breath of the Wild,
Actually-
even though this one's really hard. But I
Well,
had
This
to wrap
one,
Zelda any opportunity.
so
Yeah.
this one is insanely difficult for me because Breath of the Wild, I did not put my Switch down playing it,
Mhm.
but you know, then when Odyssey released, I 100% in that game in 50 hours during what was that, junior year of college?
Something like that.
Which
Look,
Some-
Cooper's on
sophomore-
Mario Odyssey, and Grant and I are on Breath
I
of the
think the
Wild. So
only way
you
to
rep Mario
decide this,
Odyssey, and we do
the
coin
only
flip.
way to decide this fairly is a coin flip because
Yeah.
it's
All right, coin flip
know-
coming out. Heads Breath of the
Okay.
Wild, tails Mario Odyssey.
All right. Before you flip it, I've been
Oh,
thinking.
that was
I'm
a
not
shit
gonna
flip.
swap my.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
flip just yet. But I was thinking about it. I'm not gonna swap, but I think about how like you can fly on rocks, and that is kind of cool in Breath of the
There-
Wild.
The physics
There's a
engine in Breath of the Wild
lot-
was very fun. I
it's
definitely agree with
also it definitely breaks the game a little bit just because I mean we've all seen lag.
Have you
Yeah.
seen the
Especially-
modded multiplayer someone did though?
Dude,
No,
And
I
they
have
could
not.
launch each other.
That's sick. That
bro.
See, the problem is they both allow like a ton of freedom that's just not available in any of the previous games.
that.
Okay, what's the coin flip?
Okay,
Wait,
coin
wait.
flip time.
Yeah, like I love just watching Japanese players mess around with the engine. That's crazy. It's always so funny. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Oh, he
Heads.
flipped it.
It is heads.
It's
Bro.
Breath of the Wild then.
Literal scam. Literal scam.
You want me to do it
Wow.
again? 2 out of 3.
Two out of three. No, it's cool.
No. Breath of the Wild.
I mean,
moving up.
there's no real
Okay,
wrong
there
choice
we
in
go.
that bracket.
Right.
Okay, Animal Crossing: New Horizons and Ring Fit Adventure.
So
Dude.
I hate that Splatoon's not on this bracket.
Yeah, for real.
Um,
Was this Splatoon not a higher seller than Ring Fit?
nope.
It is not,
Really?
which
Yep.
is kind of crazy.
Yeah. But that's probably because of Rona, though, right? COVID and all that.
Yeah, Ring Fit got a really
everyone wanted a way to play because they re-released it.
So,
during
I'm-
COVID.
I'm really torn here because like people that didn't even care about life sim games all of a sudden liked Animal Crossing for this
That
Yeah.
one.
too, yeah.
But then again, Ring Fit Adventure is just some whack exercise game, little quirky thing that also managed to sell through its inventory when you had to literally buy a big box for $80 with a ring in it and everything and do all this stuff, which is really impressive. And I think it's just because I'm an Auburn fan and I've got the underdog in me and I kind of want to vote for Ring Fit, but that's just not. I just don't think that's realistic.
See, I played through Animal Crossing. I couldn't ever get KK Slider, so it's a bad game. So I'm choosing Ring
You're
Fit.
just bad at the
Cooper's
game.
on Ring Fit.
I'm on Animal Crossing, I guess. I don't know this.
Obviously, I'm
uh,
on Animal Crossing.
Weak one for me.
They,
Wait,
it is very interesting
Do I vote for
how
Ring Fit and
it-
do a coin flip?
Yes.
that would be kind of
it-
funny.
honestly, this bracket is very interesting how it played out because you've got the Wii U games, like the direct Wii U ports. You've got two of the biggest hitters of the console, especially for year one, and then you have the games that
Two
were
that
boosted
sold for
by
COVID.
pandemic,
Mhm.
and
I'm
then
going
the
Animal
party
Crossing.
games.
I can't bring
No!
myself to do it. It's just wrong.
That's so sad.
And then the two party games that
Yeah,
everybody
Smash
plays.
Ultimate and Mario Party. I
You know-
think this is like the same as the first round. I mean, like,
Yeah.
not to
It's
say Super Mario
Ultimate.
Party's bad, but if you asked a room full of people which one they'd rather play, you're gonna get at least like 80% Smash Ultimate.
If
Mm.
it was the definitive Mario Party versus the definitive Smash, it'd be a lot harder.
Definitely.
But
Yeah, because this is just another Mario
since-
Party.
Yeah, I think so. I haven't played the Mario Party that came out last year because I was on the
Superstars?
college program and had I was on the college program and had no extra money for video games. Um, but I think if it was that one, there might be a case for Mario Party, but it's just not. It's,
No, until they add back like Koopa Tycoon
Oh.
or Windmillville, there is no argument for Mario Party to win that.
they need a significantly different Mario Party, I think.
No, don't
don't
say
know
that.
how I
That's
mean
how
that.
we get the cart.
No, like different than how they're doing it. Ever
Oh.
since Hudson left, it's just been
Whack.
kind of whatever.
Yeah.
It's like it's Mario Party, but it's really simplified.
But it's like
which
they
is
don't
fine.
know what they're doing. Which, to be fair, they don't because they weren't the ones that designed it.
All
Hudson
right.
designed it.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Breath of the Wild, peak multiplayer versus peak single player.
We've
So-
had this argument before, and I
Yeah.
didn't
Well-
like it last time.
So,
Okay, I'm going on Zelda. No,
Alex,
I
that's
want to go on Zelda.
lame reasoning
Zelda.
because Zelda's in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So I'm going with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because I get two in one package. It's incredible.
Obviously, this needs to somehow be a coin
I don't know, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the definitive multiplayer, but it still is a port. And Breath of the Wild was like an entirely new, crazy experience.
of a
Oh,
port.
we're not going off of
Shut the fuck!
DLC.
Stop! No, it is not.
But
It's a
you-
Wii U game brought to the Switch. Port.
True.
But yeah, I gotta go Breath of the Wild for me here.
um,
Do 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 do.
Yeah,
so I okay. So the problem is right. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the longest time was exactly what we had on the Wii U. And Breath of the Wild, well,
is
yes,
exactly
it was
what we have on the Wii U to this day.
the. Wait, did the Wii U get the DLC?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did they get the update for the Champion amiibo?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gotten everything.
Interesting.
Cameron thought that was gonna be his argument, and it's been torn.
No, that's not what I thought. So the thing is, right? considering that they literally delayed Breath of the Wild so that it could be the Switch launch title, um, and then we just have. I still don't understand quite why Mario Kart 8 Deluxe wasn't also a proper launch title.
Because you had
Or
Breath
at
of the
least,
Wild. Why
and
would
Yeah.
you?
went to
You don't want to
Switch.
overload. Give everybody some time to play Breath of the Wild, and then
Right.
give
They
them Mario
gave
They
Kart.
did.
everybody a game
Almost 2
for
months.
$50 that should have been
A pack-in title.
a pack-in title.
Yeah. So
Yes, I'm aware.
Also, the new game could have been a pack-in title,
Yes.
but it took 5 years to get released.
so another thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, like at least for Cameron's case, he has so many hours in both games.
I really do.
Cameron, pick.
See, Cameron.
I so here's the thing, right?
Hmm.
Well, both are very genre defining because everything that is like, look at Sonic. That's Sonic has no reason to be following Breath of the Wild, and yet it is. We all know it. Um, Pokemon did because I, and then with both, because and this kind of goes for Smash as well. Due to the void created by them not having a constant flow of content, other games are trying to fill that niche. But Breath of the Wild, everyone's just like, this is an attempt at Breath of the Wild. Everyone calls it out even more than the other two. Because anything that tries to, go like multiverses, for example, nobody's
It's
stopping
not
playing.
called multi. It's not called Breath of the Wild.
No, it's not
He's comparing it to Smash Ultimate.
Yeah, I know.
like
Yeah.
that's what it comes down to. It's not like they're not, you know, getting that same comparison because the other two aren't being knocked off their horses at all. But Breath of the Wild is not known for what it did, and yet everyone compares it when it's time, when something else tries to
Is
fill
your
the
vote for
niche.
Breath of the Wild?
Yes, my vote's for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8 to make you do a coin flip. I
Okay,
ain't
do a
actually voting on this one. I've been waiting for Cameron
All
to
right, ready?
vote like the opposite.
Heads. Mario Kart 8.
Let's go. See, 2 in 1 package, you guys. I'm just saying.
All right, Animal Crossing New Horizons or Smash Ultimate?
Smash.
A game without KK Slider, a game with KK Slider. I'm going with Smash Bros.
KK Slider exists in Smash, dum dum.
I never got past the tutorial, so it wasn't my world.
He's saying that KK Slider's not in Animal Crossing. Not in-
You're a moron.
Alex is
Bro,
just
I
gonna
know-
make himself laugh. He just
No, it's Karen's
idiot.
face when I explain that. He's like,
a
wait,
game without KK Slider, a game with KK Slider.
wait.
No, that sounds exactly
Cooper.
right. Let's go with that. Correct.
Cooper,
Don't
you're
think
an
about
idiot.
it. Don't think about it.
I couldn't figure out the tutorial. I fished so many fishes, and it didn't work.
That doesn't help.
Cooper is too stupid to understand the concept of Animal Crossing.
And they didn't give me KK Slider after so many fishes. I thought he liked them,
Okay,
but
so
no.
here's my thing, right? After a certain point, there's really just not anything to do in Animal Crossing. So, Smash.
Oh,
But isn't that
wow.
wait, sorry, isn't that kind of the same with
Sweep.
Smash though? After a
No,
certain
you
one?
No, because I
got
can
Smash
keep
has online play and whatnot.
Smash has mini games or Smash like Animal Crossing.
Oh, mini modes, yeah.
There's other things to do for Smash. I can't like as much as I think newly is where the series turned into this furniture housing simulator thingy.
Mhm.
It at least had mini games so that you actually had something to do when your friends came to your island. New
True.
Horizons doesn't have that. And even if
Okay.
it did, it still wouldn't beat out Smash.
Fair enough.
The
Okay,
two
yeah.
greatest
Mario Kart 8
multiplayer
Deluxe,
games on
Smash
the
Brothers
Switch.
Ultimate.
Right.
I feel like we
have
had the same debate with GameCube equivalents when
Yeah,
we did
I
that.
have,
We
I have
did.
I have the perfect argument for this
Let's.
one. So Mario Kart 8, no Steve from Minecraft. Smash Bros Ultimate, Steve from Minecraft. My vote's going to Smash Bros Ultimate.
Um, I think I'm gonna go with Mario Kart using the same thing I've been using. If you could ask a room full of people which one they'd rather play, you're almost certainly gonna get a bigger number on Mario Kart because Mario Kart is easier to understand and way more people can have fun with that game easily than in Smash. Like if you're playing with a lot of people, it's easy to have fun generally because like especially with like 8-player Smash and stuff, no one's really fighting. Like everyone's just it's just chaos, which is
Fair
fun
enough.
No, the
inherently.
best way to play it, but you can't get it in like a college game room because they're all like, I'm a professional. I go to tournaments, so they won't turn them on. But the best way to play it is have 8 people and then turn on items.
Yeah, just make it absolute
Just
chaos. See,
pure
that's
kind.
fun for a lot of people, yeah, but like
Mhm.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, like every way you can play that game can be played by casual people way easier.
True.
Mm-hmm.
They'll at least understand. Hold the button. Go.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to
You
understand.
don't
Like,
even
oh,
have to.
it's just like driving, but in this game versus like, okay, now I got to do button combos. Like, they're much simpler button combos compared to like Mortal Kombat or whatever, but still,
Mhm.
and like, got to get down timing
See,
and in
It's
Mario Kart 8, you
so
stand a chance to do at least okay almost all the time.
you
Smash Ultimate, if you're going up people that play it normally, you're
yeah,
just gonna
you're
get
not gonna win.
ganked. Yeah,
You're gonna get
that is
absolutely
true.
bodied.
Because like for Mario
Um,
Kart, like you can improve really quickly. That is a really good
Not
argument.
really quickly, but you can at least learn the concepts
Mhm.
easier. Like they probably won't
and I
drift,
mean,
but they'll understand go and items and
yeah, like
well,
jumps.
think about this, right? With I think I think it was a feature. I don't think it was a feature in 8, but with Deluxe, you can just straight up like teach them how to play by turning on auto drive and auto steer.
Oh, true.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
auto
to
drift,
let
auto
them
accelerate, auto steering, all that
like
stuff. Yeah,
it
it's very
gives them a
handicapable.
fair, yeah, like they don't and I mean I don't actually no, I fully understand why they set handicap to on as the default. It's so that you don't have to be like you need to turn these on. It's
Mhm.
you need to turn these off so you can actually play.
Yeah,
By the way,
so
Grant, when
I'm
you
going.
said I'm voting for Mario Kart for the same reason, like before you finished the sentence, I was like, wait, he's voting for Mario Kart because of Steve? But that is a really good reason.
It's Mario Kart. It's if we're picking a top multiplayer game for the system, you're
Yeah,
not gonna
I
get
mean,
anything better.
True,
not
yeah.
I'm not fully
Like,
happy with that logic, but it is logic and it's
It's
sound. So
I mean,
I
I,
have arguments for both of them. I'm arguing about what with a definitive win or making
I mean, out of these 8, I feel like Mario Kart and Smash are definitely your best 2, though, for sure.
No, it's like
For
on this
multiplayer,
list you
sorry.
probably
yeah,
you
for
have
multiplayer for sure. Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
4 of the best ones, and then use kind of below them. And it's kind of like 4 of the greatest, and then you and Deluxe are yeah, you Deluxe and Mario Party are kind of below them, but not as good.
Hmm.
And then I would kind of put Animal Crossing and Ring Fit under them in like a 3rd tier.
Yeah,
Not that I have a problem with either of those games, it's just different. At
yeah.
least the for these games you could definitely enjoy with friends. Yeah, you can enjoy Animal Crossing New Horizons with friends, but not really.
It's a different
It's
kind. Yeah,
different.
because both of you
Yeah.
have to have a setup.
Yeah. And then you have two of the greatest single player games, which is my more wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Uh, I think a coin flip would be so funny. But I'm gonna go with the definitive win for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Shocker, the number 1 best-selling game wins this bracket.
Okay,
Wow,
but
who
do a
could have
coin flip
predicted?
anyways. I want to know what.
just to, just to see. I have dropped the quarter.
So I looked at our screenshot for the GameCube games. At least the one that we
It landed
did.
tails on the ground.
So
Ain't
that
no
would have
way.
been
It would have been
ultimate.
Smash Ultimate.
Interesting.
Biased coin. Biased coin.
Bro, the coin just like Steve from Minecraft.
According to our bracket for GameCube games, though, we did not have the discussion of Mario Kart versus Smash during the bracket.
Dang.
We might have had it like either before or after, but it was not for the bracket, which is interesting, but you know.
Well, there you have it. That definitive answer. Mario Kart is the top Switch game.
To be fair, if I was gonna recommend one game to people to buy on the Switch, it would
It'd be Mario
100% be Mario Kart.
Yeah, you
every
can't
time.
not buy Mario Kart. All right, and with that, that's going to conclude our episode for the week. Happy 2-year anniversary, and we will see you back next week for usual stuff. Please share us with your friends. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, youtube.com/StormwindGames. Anywhere that you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Add us on Twitter at AllNightGamers with a K. Please. It's so quiet and lonely.
Tell us
and
if
we-
we're right on this list.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll post.
What do you
We'll
think
post
it-
it on the Twitter.
yeah. Let us know if you think our decisions are stupid. Why should Ring
they
Fit
might
Adventure
be.
be the #1 Switch game? What do you think of Xbox
You're
and
wrong.
Sony being upset siblings?
Rivals again.
Yeah, bad, just like the old days. And yeah, with that, we'll see you next week for more podcast garbage. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.